Namaste, my brothers and sisters, and welcome to Namaste Today in the Zodiac Weather. My name is Stepº26. Witecki. I am the sensei to Sirius joy, here to stand in my heart and walk in the light. Such a pleasure and honor to walk with you today. I'm love casting live in 5 dimensions in the beautiful Temple of Gaia on Thursday, December 18th, 2014. And today might be a serious day. Seriously, that's because Step 26 rules the day. Step 26 is when we commit. We always commit at step 26, and you feel the vibration of Saturn kind of edging in. But Saturn is moving into Sagittarius. We're working on the Sun in Sagittarius. So everything we've done here in the Sun in Sagittarius has really laid down the railroad tracks for Saturn entering on Christmas Eve. But today we are saying to our consciousness, we commit. And because it's Sagittarius, step 3, I believe, we are committing to what we believe in. We're committing to a philosophy. We're committing to maybe a new direction, maybe a new course of study, maybe a new travel, maybe a new expansion. All the above is okay. And it's really time to make that commitment. So part of our consciousness and kind of our conscious building, which I'll talk about in the Sensei Sunrise, is that we sculpt where we want to go and we cut away from where we don't want to go. And that is the incision of step 8. But before we talk about incisions in our consciousness, let's first tame our brain, shall we? With the phrase of the day. I am open and ready to commit to my heart's truth. And so it is. I am open and ready to commit to my heart's truth. See, by putting that in our brain and putting that in our spiritual intention, we are really seeking the highest good there. Because our heart's truth is our highest good. It is who we truly are. It's who we are when we remember our truth. So tell that smart-ass brain of yours to be open and ready to commit to my heart's truth. And the way you know that is you have to check with your heart before you commit. You have to put your left hand on your heart and go, are we really 100% here? Is our heart here? The answer is yes, you're ready to commit. I am open and ready to commit to my heart's truths, and so it is. Today's step 26 rules the day, and the way that architects is our feeling, step 2, plus giving and receiving, opening up to giving and receiving, step 6, leads to the ability to decide. And really, it's usually a very clear decision. You know, if you've done your soul work and you've built up to this point, it's either giving and receiving or it ain't. And if it ain't, cut away. That's part of it. And if it's giving and receiving, point in that direction energetically. And it's really about changing our attention, changing our awareness. And because it's in Sagittarius, we might literally be saying, you know, I'm going to look over here at Buddhism. I'm going to look over here at this. I'm going to look over here at that. Just going to look over here. I'm going to dedicate my conscious vision this way. So let's take a look at how this affects our chakras.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do.
Well, for starters, as we've been talking about, I feel, step 2, third chakra, gut instinct on things, right? Step 6, throat chakra, opening to giving and receiving, right here. We give and receive at the throat level. Energetically, and I think we set our course for things that way. Adds to a step 8. What is step 8? Well, remember, step 3 is the vision of the third chakra, right? Step 8 is Capricorn, the back of the third. So when we close off the vision, when we decide, you know, like homicide is killing of a human. Well, when we decide, we're killing an idea off, letting it die, not feeding it anymore, cutting off our vision, and at the same time pointing to a new vision. So today we are deciding and we are pointing our third eye in the direction we think we need to go. So let's take a look at today's planet soup. What does God have cooking up there in this decision making? It's going to fascinate you. Very cool day. Today the sun is at 26 degrees Sagittarius, so that's uber cool. That means we are ready to wrap up the third decan, wrap up the mastery of Sagittarius, and point in a new direction. We may decide that we are clear on something and want to go a new direction. Now, we are just one step away from the galactic center. Tomorrow, the sun conjuncts the galactic center. I'll talk more about that in Friday's show. But this is literally the decision before we jump, because once we cross that center, it is a bit of a time warp. Now, Mercury, our thoughts are way ahead, but emotional today. So we are already set up and wired to be mindful of our emotions. But What are we being mindful of? Well, we're going to be overly thoughtful about control. So be aware that you are aware of control issues. So there's no need to over control because you're in control. You know what I'm saying? That's why you have to use the mindful setup of the day. And we got a threesome going on at Capricorn. It's not just the mind up there at step 2, but Venus is now one step away from Pluto. So Venus is saying we're just about, it's so funny because Venus and Pluto here ready to jump, the sun ready to cross over the galactic center, everything is like, it's all waiting on this decision from the universe, from you. And on top of that, the moon in Scorpio, right, emotionally transiting Scorpio for the last time that Saturn will be in Scorpio. So this is the very last final breath of emotions in Scorpio, which means that these are the final tests of our emotions. How do you feel? If you might want to freak out, you might remember freaking out, but that doesn't mean it's time to freak out. You might, for the first time, realize you're not freaking out, but it doesn't matter. It's going to happen today. The moon is going to cross over Saturn in the next 24 hours, so you will get an emotional test of your boundaries. I am assuming that it will be a good thing that we put down there. But isn't it interesting that on the day that Saturn rules, the moon crosses Saturn? I see that type of synergy all the time in the planets. All right. And Mars, our masculine energy, is at step 10 Aquarius. So what are we doing at the end? What is this moving on the chessboard in the end? That's what Mars does, is where the piece actually moves in the spiritual chessboard. Well, after all of our decision making, this will move a chessboard or a piece in our Aquarius, where we belong, where we feel we belong. So it's an interesting little dynamic. That brings us to today's Sensei Sunrise. So today I thought I would, review, because we're at the end of the Sagittarius transit, review all of the dynamics of the consciousness, the architecture of consciousness that we are deciding through today. The sun is at step 26. This adds to a step 8, right? And climbing up our consciousness, bing, we are almost at the top of the consciousness, which is super interesting to me. This is what I'm most interested in, this upper Sagittarius energies, especially once Saturn hits there. That's going to be interesting. But oh, I think I skipped a slide. Did I skip a slide? No, this is where we started. But I want to point out that, step 3 is all about Sagittarius. Sagittarius is the collective conscious. And what's interesting about 3 is the collective conscious is built in 3s, right? This is the first 3, step 0. We talked about this in the beginning of the transit. But basically, in the 11 steps of Sirius joy, which is basically how we manifest in consciousness all the way to joy, step 11, right? Step 0 is basically the first decan. Step 1 is the next I love, and step 2 is I feel. Those are the 3. 3 is Sagittarius, 3 is our collective consciousness. All right? But I want to show you some more. We talked about this, that there are 3 dimensions, and the Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost are alluding to those 3 dimensions, right? But if we now put on the planets, Pluto is step 0. So technically, Pluto is the Father. The Father, Pluto, holds together the whole solar system, right? The Sun is the Sun. That's no accident. I believe that's what they're talking about, the Sun. The sun that rises every day is the Son of God. And the Holy Ghost is technically the moon, right? Step 0, I protect. Step 1, I love the Sun. Step 2, I feel. The Holy Ghost is our feelings. The feeling of being on earth is the Holy Ghost. Now, what's super interesting now, all right, is technically your sun sign in astrology is the bottom layer. So your sun, your heart, is the protection that you create. You create it with your heart. And then this will manifest your image on earth, which is your rising sign. So your sun sign is the Father, your rising sign is the Sun, your moon sign is the Holy Ghost, right? So if you know your astrology, that's how you vibrate. If you watch your megascopes, that's how it works. We are a sun sign at the bottom, so our sun, my sun's in Taurus, My sun is manifesting what I want to be, which is my rising sign, a Leo. I'm a Taurus that wishes to be a Leo. I also feel like a Leo, the moon. That's because I've had past lives in it, yada, yada. So these are parts of the 3 states of awareness as well. Now going to a higher consciousness, thought, word, deed. Thought, word, deed are the 3 commandments to create reality. First we think it, then we must form it in a word, and then we put it into an action. These are associated with the sun, the earth, and the moon. The sun is where we create, sun, the thought. The word is the physical manifestation of the thought in reality. The deed, the action, is associated with the passion, the feeling. So action is extremely important. And then finally, I thought I'd share with you Live, Love, Be. Sharing the whole dynamic of it. Live in the moment, love yourself and others, and be the brightest we can be. That's my philosophy. So today, as you commit, right? If you want to powerfully draw in through law of attraction something into your life, you want to commit on these 3 levels. You want to commit in thought, word, and deed. Live it, love it, be it. You want your sun sign, your rising, and your moon to be aligned. You want your sun, your earth, and your moon as well. Your Pluto has to be conscious too. All these dimensions come together in these crazy triangles to form human consciousness. And all you really need to know today is that you want to direct your feelings into what feels good, whether it's easy giving, receiving, and saying, I'm going that way. But I want to share with you the spiritual architecture of what's going on. When we come back, I'm going to continue with my What If series. More fun stuff after this.
Live, love, be. Soul Garden.
You know, there's a secret in your birthday to courage, and courage leads to love. Are you ready to find out the truth? I have the answer. You too can find the truth if you dare. All that and more at secretsofbirthdays.com.
And here we are back at the Soulmart Zen Trading Center. A couple of cool things I want to point out. For one, the answer to yesterday's riddle, which of the 12 zodiac signs will be the craziest on New Year's Eve according to my Megascope predictions? Ready for the answer? It is Libra. Libra will be the naughtiest on New Year's, I think. Which isn't a surprise, really, but I'm just saying. It'll be interesting to see Libras out and about. We'll see how they react and have fun. I'm just saying, they're lined up. So if you are Libra, be careful out there. Make sure you're escorted by someone you trust. And don't forget, hey, now that you understand how rising signs play into things, watch your rising. In the Megascope preview I put out there, watch your rising sign. See what your rising sign story is. Or get the Megascope for yourself. That'll help you even more to understand where your rising story is, the story you are creating with your soul, right? And Secrets of Birthdays, Live and Less Report is an awesome little fun gift, especially if you want to look up a Libra, you know, or something. I'm just saying, it's just $19.95 and will be delivered way before the holidays. And you can get a reading with yours truly. How about a New Year's Eve reading? Well, I'm not really doing New Year's Eve, but I am doing it the day after. So if you're interested in New Year or before, I would love to read you. Get a free 30-minute follow-up right now for just $99. My lowest priced of the year. All of this at soulmart.me. So that brings us to today's What If. What if? Today's a good what if. Today you have to go back into your inner child. So I'd like you to go back to this time when you used to open up presents if you're an American. Maybe else in the world you didn't have this, but we had this like crazy, you know, gifts of beautiful gifts under the tree and lights your heart up and there's this magical time. So go into that part of yourself before today's what if. And today's what if is, what if your secret wish is true? Remember your secret wish when you were a kid? From my experience spiritually, what if it's true? I think we have time. I think it's about to happen. I think it's unlimited possibilities for at least 2.5 years with Saturn and Sagittarius. And that is unlimited. Anything can happen if you believe in creation. And I'm just saying, this is a moment where I believe it is true. You know it's true. Whatever your heart was telling you you're meant to do and be, it's not over yet, my friend. It's just getting started. Remember, what if this was just the beginning? Monday? Well, what if it's not only the beginning, but what if what your heart wanted is true, and will be true. Ask your heart today and commit to that if you believe in it. Just saying. But before you commit to your wish upon a star, let's take a look at the modes of each of your brothers and sisters today, and the weather of their zodiac with this deep moon in Scorpio. We're going to start with the Scorpios. Now, this is today what to commit your Holy Trinity to. You know, we did the Holy Trinity, step 0, step 1, step 2. Go back and review. So what to commit your Holy Trinity to, the Scorpios. Sunny and cool today with the moon in their sign. Commit your Trinity to be what you are truly worth. So be what you are truly worth. Commit your whole self to being what you are truly worth in the moment. Be it now, whether or not your wallet says so. Step 1, the Leos, sunny and grounding their life today, but commit your Holy Trinity to become your inner prince or princess. I know, the world's gonna be like, what did you say? I'm just helping the majesties. Come on out now, it's time to bring it out. Step 2, the Cancer, sunny and alert. It is time to commit to live the quality of life you deserve, Cancer, and you know that is high quality even though you are modest. Step 3, the Sagittarius is sunny and feeling faithful today. Time to commit that Holy Trinity to be the person you want to be and nothing else. Whoops. Step 4, the Aquarius is sunny and professional today. It is time to commit your Holy Trinity to becoming yourself in the world. That means your whole freaky deaky self. Step 5, the Geminis. Sunny and sensitive today. I was thinking about where the moon was. But it's time to commit your Holy Trinity to being true to yourself in all relationships. It's going to change the world when you're true to yourself in all relationships. Step 6, the Librans, sunny and manifesting today with the moon in Scorpio. But you need to commit the Holy Trinity to becoming the positive attitude that you know you have. So become that attitude. Become one with that thought. And you're an air sign, so it's going to do major stuff. Step 7, the Pisces, sunny and super pensive today, but commit your Holy Trinity to becoming your legacy now. So pretend you were already at the end of your career and become that right now. Oh my goodness, look up. Step 8, the Capricorn, sunny and social today, but you want to commit your Holy Trinity to becoming eternally faithful of your own faith, faithful to yourself. Step 9, the Aries, sunny with a chanta rende today. But you want to commit your Holy Trinity to becoming what you believe 100%. There is no gray for Aries. Scorpios are the same way, actually. Step 10, the Taurus is sunny and sentimental today. But the Bulls must commit the Trinity to becoming what you trust and no more. No more. If you don't trust it, don't become it. If you trust it, become it 100%. So that's step 10 energy. And step 11 is the Virgos. Sunny and chatty today, I think, with the moon in Scorpio, but it's time to commit the Holy Trinity to becoming your daily passion. So just go ahead and become it. Live in your passion. That's the way you are designed, my friend. Alrighty, so now let's look at the Lightwalker Parade. What do we have following this to help you along your day? Well, we have Venus Prime Health with Damon Perry. Him and I get together every now and then and talk about health, and we're at the #1 biohack now, which is to hack your sleep. How do you hack your sleep to benefit you? He's going to help you out, and we're going to chit-chat about it along the way. And yesterday, Modern Mommies did an episode on essential oils. You can catch the ladies on SoulGarden.tv. They're extremely helpful in helping every lady on earth. I'm so proud of those girls. And on YouTube, if you are watching, please be kind and do subscribe to YouTube. It helps us with our relationship with them. And on Facebook, I post all sorts of cool news articles if you don't know. And if you join our email list, you get an email from me about 4 o'clock in the morning. We thank you ahead of time for subscribing. Also, be sure to tell your friends and family about SoulGarden.tv. We are approaching our 9th year, and I am proud of that. And that brings us now to today's Rock and Roll Gospel. Today's Rock and Roll Gospel is actually continuing on with the Sagittarius, one you might have forgotten about, but I haven't because it kind of resonates in my soul. Resonates literally as a song with my father, who is deceased. May he reincarnate in peace. And also resonates just because it's that type of song. Remember this? Cats in the Cradle? Cats in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue. I'm not going to sing all of it, but I could. When you coming home, son? I don't know when. It says it describes so much the father-son relationship, but I'm never gonna see it because I'm too busy working, earning the American dollar. Oh, praise. Right? It is that kind of song. But here's the interesting thing about Harry Chapin. Sagittarius, and he's a step 14 Sagittarius, and I call the step 14s the storytellers, just like I call the step 12s the teachers. Forgot there for a second. But yeah, he's a storyteller. My goodness, his songs are. He wrote the song to Cheers, I think, and some other like just songs that make you feel that way. So, Harry Chapin, thank you so much for your cool stories. And thank you, my friend, for tuning in. I'll see you tomorrow with the Super Friday episode. Until then, remember I love you and live, love, be.
This is just so ironic.
So